Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Imperial Dane, with another Propagandacast for you. And today we have another 2 versus 2 on Wolfheze. Yes, indeed, Wolfheze. A slightly different game this time around. Perhaps not so marvelous and amazing play, but certainly might provide some pointers and tips for newer players. So let's have at it. Wolfheze, the training field of some German division near Arnhem, and a few railway stations nearby. The Germans right near the town of Arnhem. We have Monsterjaren as well. I'm not entirely sure, but I suspect it would be the 9th SS, and to support him we have probably elements of the 21st Panzer Division who have somehow made it to Arnhem and are probably waiting to get out of there, but probably won't have time, as elements of the 30th Corps are quickly approaching in a vicious attack. And for that we have legosunny, Captain Sunny and Major Carl, and of course Monsterjaren. And I forgot, here we have DjeyDjey, and I do believe in one of my earlier casts we have featured DjeyDjey before. Anyhow, let's get on with this and let's get this fight started. Of course, the particular of this map is we have a road here. Victory points are all in the east, while the bases are in the western corners. No real high fuel points, only high yield munitions point, 1 near each base area and 1 right here. Otherwise low yield all around. We have the train stations here providing coverage of these fuel points, and it's certainly common for British players to rush these points and set up trucks, and then of course use these train stations for additional cover, setting up mortar pits as well. It can be quite difficult to dig out. Otherwise the other victory points are also covered by structures. This one in the south particularly well covered by plenty of buildings. And we have the first skirmish between pioneers of the 21st versus elements of the recon section from the 30th Corps. Not entirely what divisions, possibly the 11th Armored.
German target
certainly be possible. Looks like this pioneer team will be killed right on the spot. Second pioneer team marching out though, and we see a Kampfkraft center going up for DjeyDjey, so we will most certainly be seeing the infamous pioneer spam to a certain degree, at least, if not fully. And a Wehrmacht quarters going up for Jaren, but not moving his pioneers beyond that, in fact not using them, instead going straight for the Wehrmacht quarters, and probably going to see something out of that. Pioneers taking up this train station building, finding a way with their tiny MP40s at the infantry section right here. Not managing much though, although further pioneers with Veterans 1 now might help a bit with that. Veterans 1 giving them some first aid ability, allowing themselves to slowly heal. And we have the first headquarters command truck moving out, setting up here as suspected, which will certainly give them a slight fuel advantage, and of course deny the Wehrmacht this point, and more frustratingly, and of course more put a lot of pressure on them by setting up base right close to their exits. That can be quite difficult to overcome in some cases. Infantry sections with the lieutenant moving southwards. They're probably going to move in for this fuel point. Not often you see this, as this is in fact quite close to the Axis base, and while that certainly can be used to advantage, it can also easily end up biting you in the rear. And we see a bunker going up rather quickly for Mr. Hauptmann Jaren. His Volksgrenadiers moving in, providing a bit of fire on these recon section troops. Pioneers moving heavily towards the east, not much resistance at all. And we see another Volksgrenadier team, while this one is charging right at the recon section. Why on earth are they doing that? It's just silly, and they'll just be cut down, as now they are outnumbered quite heavily by these recon sections. Oh dear, Volksgrenadiers, get out of there. You don't want to die for the fatherland, you want to make the others die in the name of the fatherland, and just barely making it out of there. That was quite foolhardy, I think, right there. Pioneers under fire, managing to take the central victory point, but we'll have to get out of there before the recon section tears them apart.
Reporting they have destroyed a German target.
And we have reports of the German target being destroyed. I'm not entirely sure what target. Volksgrenadier team moving in quite quickly, outnumbered and outgunned, and we'll have to get out of there. mortar pit being set up right here behind the house, and this small, or what was the remains of a small stone wall, will probably begin firing right into the Wehrmacht base. Might even try and knock out some of these bunkers. Quite aggressive, but of course, if boldly attacked. And there we go, Pioneers already rushing in, taking up position in this house, while these Volksgrenadiers are once more marching out. Bunker still set up. Not entirely sure what to expect. Machine gun bunker perhaps, or perhaps a medical bunker. Well, actually, it's certainly not going to be a repair bunker at this early stage. Volksgrenadiers once more in a slightly unfavorable position, once more outgunned by the infantry section troops. Germans moving up towards the northeastern path there, certainly managing to outcap, and we see another bunker going down there. Volksgrenadiers moving in toward cover of these empty railway cars and going to fire away at this infantry section. Certainly not many windows, in fact only one, which is certainly going to be to the advantage of the Volksgrenadiers, and they'll certainly be able to apply much more firepower than the infantry section can fire back with. And we see a Bren carrier for Captain Sunny, and a upgrade as well, so we'll probably see the 30 caliber Vickers machine gun being raised up. A bunker right here as mentioned, although heavily damaged already. Some parts of the concrete has fallen off. Bit desperate situation already. And a Schwimmwagen, and goodness gracious, rather quick Krieg barracks up from DjeyDjey. We'll have to see where this goes, and we can continue mortar fire on this starting machine gun bunker. And no, these Volksgrenadiers are quickly outgunned again. The British moving in vast hordes, and the Wehrmacht so far is not really to counter it. No MG-42s, not even a sniper, and we have a medic bunker up, but these medics are being ruthlessly gunned down by the British, having absolutely none of that recovering your wounded business. Charging forward, the Schwimmwagen not getting out of there. Oh no, looks like Mr. Jaren's unit preservation skills are quite down the drain, I think. And a Bren gun upgrade for these infantry troops, meaning a lot more firepower. And what is this? A vast Pioneer assault. 2 flamethrower teams plus a third one just for kicks, firing away at this mortar pit. Certainly not going to be well for those chaps. And now burning away at the headquarters command truck. Flames being really good against trucks, it seems. At least these kind of trucks do seem to be covered a lot in canvas. British troops trying to desperately clear out these Pioneers, but they are simply too many, and their flamethrowers are just too good against the command truck. And now we have mortar rounds landing among the British troops as a 8cm mortar team is on the field for Hauptmann DjeyDjey and his forces. The mortar blasting away at the British troops, catching them in a rather nasty spot. Pioneers might want to get out of there though for the time being, and further British troops are knocked out by Granatenwerfer fire. And now the Pioneers are chasing away the last team, and it looks like the lieutenant is going right into it. Oh no, Lieutenant something. Don't do it, you'll be burned alive. And there we go. Looks like the lieutenant will catch on fire.
They have destroyed a German target.
And we have the sound of another German attack finning, and there we go.
The lieutenant is KIA.
The lieutenant caught on fire. The mortar pit is still there, so a grenadier or Volksgrenadier team could seize it to help apply a bit of firepower. And looks like this command truck will barely get out of there. On fire, the driver stoically though continuing, despite, well, the cabin is on fire, the engine is on fire, and generally things are not looking too good. Pioneers recuperating, something coming out of the Krieg barracks, not sure why. And we see Mr. Jaren, Hauptmann Jaren, setting up his own Krieg barracks as well. One Volksgrenadier team left with MP40s, and of course we have the mortar ready to apply some firepower from above. Pioneers gathering up, not much infantry though, and I suspect very heavy rate of attrition for Mr. Jaren. Not entirely sure if his bunker has managed to recuperate any wounded and get them back on their feet. Large force of British troops assembling here alongside some Bren carriers, mortar pits setting up there as well. So the center will be much harder to attack. Now we see the mortar setting up in a slightly more forward position. Pioneers moving in once more. Not getting Veterancy 2 though. A bit curious to that, actually. Since Veterancy 2 would really have been a boon to these Pioneers, protecting them against the small arms fire of the British troops. And we see an MG42 sitting up in this bunker as well, and of course no wounded recuperated. MG42 firing away. Pioneers now attacking the last team, having get an upgrade as well. One infantry section member catching on fire, running around in pain. One Pioneer team is down. Rest of the British troops are suppressed. Mortar fire coming in from all sides. The Bren carrier at the front might get hit by the MG42, but apparently the MG42 gunner is too busy with these troops. Half-track inching forwards, firing away at the Bren carrier, and now a Pak-38 firing away from its ambush position, blowing apart the Bren carrier, scattering the crew to all 3 wins. The 4th wind not getting a crew member, not being very well liked. And we hear some further firing here. Apparently a duel between a bunker and a machine gun nest. I'm still wondering as to what the purpose of this bunker is. It can't be a machine gun bunker, so it's not really pointing in a good position. Half-track getting quite close, firing away but not really managing to do much. Casualty clearing station up for the British commander, of course meaning a lot less casualties. Mortar rounds now landing. Truck getting right into the middle of things, but might be surrounded, and there we go. Bren gunners buttoning up, keeping everyone inside and not really wanting to peek out. Mortar rounds though hitting with great accuracy, killing many of British troops. Further rounds hitting, and of course the British troops have nowhere to really retreat to. But there you go. Unpacking the truck, the troops will run to the arrival point of their doctrinal units, which will probably be somewhere around there. Certainly save them from the mortar rounds. Pioneers moving in with flamethrowers to support the truck and burn away this mortar pit very nice.